Boo! October has begun, folks. And that means spooky scary season is coming to get you haunted. Viewer beware, you're in for a scare. Wahahahahaha. Scary, isn't it? Now, it's time for a film. Sit back, relax, and enjoy watching this video. Wahahahahaha. Man, it's been so good that my dad just ungrounded me once again for sending Vlad back to his house at the Plotagon City. I felt a lot happier when I got ungrounded for a lot of years and eternity before I even got my special rewards. Now, if I want to chat someone nicer to the other people, what should I do today? Oh, I think I've got an idea. I am now going to chat with John, because he is one of the best person in the world to become friends with Aiden Hooks in the past. Meanwhile at my house with John. How are you doing today, John?
I am really fantastic and proud, Aiden Hooks, but as you can see, I am very proud of myself for being able to save your life by their evil clones because they deserve to be grounded for a lot of eternities in this world, and besides, they don't even know how to behave very clearly because they don't have any kind of respect for their own lives or even their own actions to control. They are a bunch of losers. That's all I can say about them.
Well, yeah, kind of, but I think it's more about how to be protective by letting those evil clones attack me and the other people around them. It's about how to protect yourself from evil people who are not comfortable with actions.
Oh yeah, nice answer, Aiden Hooks. I think you should try to get some more clarification on what's happening in your life and your future as a business. You are the most talented person I have ever met in this world.
Ah, thank you! That was very nice of you to say that.
Caillou, is that really you?
Yes, Caillou is now here again, and I will be having a nice chat with you today.
Sure thing. Come sit on the armchair and go right ahead.
So let me give you a story behind it. Ungrounded means Go Animate series. Mom and Dad just got me ungrounded a lot of times in a row because I was so happy to be back on track. But here's an interesting story about it. When I was going through my own research, I found that I was going to Chuck E. Cheese's with Ronald and Diego, and then all of their friends was celebrating their party because I just had a dance-off to their joyful music in the background. They were so amazing, and I loved that sound of music in their background.
Wow, I never knew this one before. Like, how did you mention everything about it when you were ungrounded by your family? It was so interesting to hear that story.
Well, just like I mentioned in Ronald Amin's video in 2016, I was so happy that I was being well behaved by myself because it made me feel better about the fact that I got ungrounded for behaving at school and behaving at Chuck E. Cheese's. But then after that, I was being so happy that I got ungrounded by my family, but they gave me a reward for being a good person in my life. That's what they wanted to know.
Wow, Caillou, I never knew this could happen in real life. But this is so awesome to hear about the behavior. I'm glad you've made a right choice to become a good person.
Yep, it sure was. But right now, I used to be ungrounded for a long time because I was so behaved very well by myself in the past. But trust me, when I was getting my revenge on Bob from GoTube's video, I was the one who was beating him up for becoming a rude babysitter, so I had to get the cops to put Bob in prison. And lastly, my father just ungrounded me for beating up Bob for being an ungrateful babysitter, and then I got to Chuck E. Cheese's all by myself. That's why I was so happy to be ungrounded all day.
Yes, I love that story. I just love how the story goes. But it was so interesting to hear that. But wait, how did you know a lot of memories? I gotta know this one too.
Okay, so, every time I decided to become a non-troublemaker by myself, I was going to save everyone in Go Animate City just like I did that one in the past. But not to mention, I was just going to make sure that everyone was okay during this apocalypse. But during this apocalypse, I had to stop this kind of nightmare by turning off the apocalyptic world, so that way we could get back to normal again without having any further problems. It would take some time to rebuild the city to make it better.
Oh, my goodness, Caillou, I never knew this was possible until I was hearing this incredible story from you. Like, That was so cool to hear that, and for having a nice chat with me. I will be calling your father Boris to unground you again. You can now walk straight home.
Yes! Finally, this is going to be the best day ever in my life. Meanwhile, John reported a call to Boris on the phone for Caillou, and then after that, Caillou made it back to his home on time and ungrounded him for another eternity. So let's see what happens in action.
Caillou, I just got a phone call from John, and he said that you've gave him a nice chat about what happened in your story back in the past. Nice job on remembering those memories with your storyline. For this, you are now ungrounded for 800,000 eternities. You can now do whatever you want.
Hooray! Thanks, Dad. I am gonna go to Chuck E. Cheese's. Meanwhile, back at my house with John. So John, is Caillou doing a nice job on chatting with you in his story?
Yes, he sure did, Aiden Hooks. He's the one who is getting a prize by not causing any more trouble at the Plotagon City. So that way, he recently gave me a story about what's going on in the past because he's got some good remembering on that memory of his own. Trust me, Caillou is the one who is ungrounded by his father Boris. That's what I wanted to know about it.
Well, I'm glad that he got the right choice to get ungrounded by Boris. Now, if everything is all settled, let's watch the Family Feud series together.
Great idea.
The end.